Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Alex Train Gaming, and in this episode of Alex Train Gaming, I will be talking about how Rockstar Games created the best storyline ever in Red Dead Redemption 2. That's right, in this episode, the 6th episode of Alex Train Gaming, I will be talking about how Rockstar Games created the best storyline ever in Red Dead Redemption 2. And when I say the best storyline, I say it as it's in my personal, humble opinion. So, we are going to walk through Saint Denis. I used to call this town, this biggest town in Red Dead Redemption 2, Saint Denis, like a typical know-it-all American. That was sarcasm there, but it's pronounced Saint Denis. And just look how beautiful this place is, even with the sunrise and the industrial area. Just look at the tower stacks. That said, I will be talking about the storyline of Red Dead Redemption 2, and this episode contains spoiler alert if you haven't played the game and is still interested in playing the game. I suggest you that you watch this video for another day until you finish the game, because I will be talking about the ending of this game, especially ending of chapter 6 and the epilogue, and I will give my analysis. So if you haven't had the chance to stop this video, do so now, because I will be spoiling this game if you haven't played it right now. So that's a beautiful trolley car on the left. It reminds me of San Francisco, but as you can see here, this is mostly based on New Orleans. And you can see the architecture of this game, that this is based on New Orleans. Rockstar Games did a great job in creating this open world game. So, I think that Red Dead Redemption 2 storyline should be made into a novel. And let's talk about the chapters. And check out this. And there are total of 6 chapters plus 2 epilogue. In chapter 1, you escape Blackwater, which you don't get to see, and they are stuck on a mountain. In chapter 2, storm breaks up, and they were able to come down from the mountain. In chapter 3, they get run out of Valentine, and they have to relocate. And in chapter 4, they relocate again into this abandoned home. And with all the plans Dutch has, that's right, Dutch planned Vanderlyn, we ended up on Gorma, not Tahiti, Gorma, an island, a fictional island, I think, based off of near Cuba. And in chapter 6, the best chapter of this game is where Arthur Morgan sacrificed himself to see John Marston and his family live. So here it is. Here are the missions in chapter 6, and I'm not sure why Red Dead Redemption is second to the last, but Red Dead Redemption is the last mission in the storyline. So, not sure why this is not at the bottom of the list instead of right there. But that said, here is the epilogue. The epilogue is about story of John Marston. John Marston is the main protagonist in Red Dead Redemption, the original Red Dead Redemption. And Rockstar did a great job of tying all the loose end that was in Red Dead Redemption 1, and they tied it up what was going on in Red Dead Redemption 2. It made the story of Red Dead Redemption 2 clarified and gave us a better context of what happened in Red Dead Redemption 1. It's kind of like the Star Wars prequel, since Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel of the main Red Dead Redemption. kind of like how Star Wars Episode 1, 2, 3 was a prequel to the main original trilogy. So we are walking through town and chapters from chapter 1 to 6. You can see the main thing about this storyline is character. The character development is huge in this game. That's right. John, Dutch, Sadie, who we picked up earlier, probably in the first mission of the game. They have their character was real well written. That you can see that Rockstar did a great job of developing them. So let's check out the map. That's a beautiful screenshot right there for a thumbnail. Reminds me of a screenshot from the release that Rockstar made. And here's the map of Red Dead Redemption 2. Wish Saint Denis was a lot bigger than what is right there. And there's New Hanover. And this is the new map in Red Dead Redemption 2. Past this river is the original game, and the one I'm pointing right now is new, and this New Austin area used to be in the old Red Dead Redemption, and there's no Mexico this time. And yeah, but if you played the game, you know that the missions do not pass this state line that I'm putting right now. You do a mission with Sadie to go on a bounty hunting mission, and that takes place, but you go no farther than Armadillo. Here's Saint Denis, which it was a lot bigger than it is right now, but it is still detailed. So here's a beautiful thumbnail right there. So what I'm gonna do is talk about the storyline and how Rockstar did well to develop the characters. We see them change from chapters 1 to 6 with John, Dutch, Arthur, Sadie, Micah, and like I said, character development is huge in this game. So let's help this bystander who has got bitten by a snake, and we gotta suck the venom out. And what I was saying is that the character was well written by Rockstar Games, and it's well written that you get to know the characters personally, and you don't want nothing to happen to them, such as Arthur, who got TB, tuberculosis, and you don't want him to die, and that's how personal you're attached to him. And this game has the honor system. This game does have the honor system, which if you get a good rating on the honor system, you get a good ending. If you get a bad ratings on a bad honor system, as you can see there at the bottom, I have good honor, but if you go into the red, which is bad honor, you get a crappy ending, the bad ending. But it doesn't affect the storyline too much, since in the end, if you get a good rating, you die from tuberculosis after fighting Micah, but if you get a bad ending, you get shot by him. But I really like the rating system, the honor system in this game. But that said, where was I? Yeah, Arthur, John, Sadie. Most of the characters stayed to their true identity in the game. Well, Dutch becomes crazy and starts to lose his mind with his plans of getting one last score, plans of going to Tahiti. And if you know what I'm trying to say, you know the memes that is going on right now. And Dutch, at that point, doesn't know what to do, what he's doing, especially after chapter 4. You don't know, he doesn't know what he's doing. And it wasn't until the end of chapter 6 that that the characters in the game, such as Arthur, John, Sadie, they see that they have nothing to do with this gang anymore. This gang have been broken up, and that are forced to choose sides. So Sadie, the female character, is one of my favorite characters made by Rockstar in Rockstar Games history. Sadie and Arthur is now one of my favorite characters, followed by Nico Bellic and Carl Johnson. And I want to say GTA 5, but I can't say GTA 5 since GTA 5 took the satirical approach, but stories like GTA 4 took the emotional, played with your heart approach. So we're going to go up to the mountains and visit Arthur's grave. After I finished the main story, I went ahead and went there. First thing, I went to Arthur's grave, which I'll be showing you later. Here's the weapon wheel. It's easy to use. First, it's confusing since you're used to GTA 5, but once you get a hang of it, you can select any weapon with the triggers, and you press LB. You release LB to select that weapon, which I had trouble doing in the first place, but it takes a couple of days to get used to the wheel, the weapon wheel, item wheel, and a horse wheel. So there it is. And like I said, Arthur, Sadie, Dutch stayed true to their identity, unlike Dutch, who changed a lot, especially after chapter 4 when the Saint Denis heist went badly with we saw Hosea got killed. Lenny got killed in a heist. John got arrested, but somehow he got bailed out by Arthur and Sadie, where Dutch, who was troubled at that time, wants to leave him behind. And this storyline is well written and thought out, and great job by Rockstar Games of creating this storyline. And you can also manage weapons by cleaning your weapons. You can look at this weapon, and you can look at this in first person view. Yeah, I don't want to you can't maintain that if it's been used, so you have to maintain your weapons, meaning you have to clean this weapon. And I really like how you can customize the weapon to your own liking. So we are cleaning the weapon, and what I was saying here is that this story is well thought out, and I'm going to start talking about the ending and my analysis of the ending. I'm starting with chapter 6. Chapter 6, I got the good ending part. In chapter 6, there's a couple of endings in chapter 6, but there's one ending that is my quote-unquote canon to me. In chapter 6, Arthur was trying to free Abigail, which he did successfully. He got notified. He finally found out that Micah was the snitch, the snake from the Pinkerton. And then Arthur came back to the camp. And told everybody, and even told Micah, saying we have a lot of time, since Michael was rushing things to get away from someone, and that scene turned into picking sides, which John sided with John, who got shot and be left for dead by Dutch. Came back. John sided with Arthur, including Mrs. Grimshaw, if that's her name, sided with Arthur, but got shot by Micah. And Dutch at that point doesn't know what to do. And the Pinkertons came, and they all scattered. And this is the ending that I think this is the best ending made by Rockstar Games.
Don't get skittish, girl.
The ending was Arthur and John ran off through the cave and up to the mountain. And what happened is that Arthur was suffering from TB, couldn't push himself any more longer, and said to John to continue to go without him while Arthur fight chasing pursuers, the Pinkertons, off. And that's a beautiful storyline ending there. And this is a beautiful thumbnail shot. Just look at this. And this is one of the bridges that we blew up, and they rebuilt it. But that said, we are here to find the grave of Arthur. We are here to find the grave of Arthur, and here's the location of Arthur's grave, which I've put a waypoint, and this is the exact location right there at the end of the drawing of the mysterious hill home. And the ending, not John, Arthur gave his hat to John and finally went away, and Arthur fights off the Pinkertons and encountered Micah, who attacked him. They get into a little fist fight until they exhausted themselves, and all of a sudden Dutch came along, preventing Arthur shooting Micah, and they both ran away, and Arthur continued to crawl up the mountain and came to a rock, laid down facing towards the sunset. And I was like, wow, this reminds me of the ending in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, where Luke Skywalker, after playing mines with Kylo Ren, using I don't know how to say it, but Force vision, gave all he had, sacrificed himself so he can see their friends. In terms of Arthur, for Arthur's story, he sacrificed himself in order to see John and his family move on and live a better life. And for Luke Skywalker's story, he sacrificed himself. Luke Skywalker sacrificed himself for the resistance to continue. And I think that's such a beautiful ending right there. Even though Rockstar Games took the idea of the ending from Episode 8 of Star Wars, and let's tell it like it is. And I think that's such a beautiful ending. And that was such a storybook ending to write off Arthur. And here is Arthur's grave with a beautiful view of the mountains. Reminds me of Yosemite. Never been to Yosemite, but you get the point. And here's Arthur's Morgan's grave. Check out that bird. Yeah. Here's a closer look at Arthur Morgan's grave. And what was I was gonna say is that Rockstar made a great job of honoring Arthur, and it made me want to play Arthur more after Chapter 6, after he died. So, good thing I made a save point. Let me tell you, this is my save point. My lost boy. That's my last boy. That's the second to last mission before Red Dead Redemption. And Welcome to the New World is something that I saved for if I were to go back to Gorma. Not Tahiti, Gorma. Gorma, I don't know how to pronounce that. So yeah, that's it for my analysis of the ending. My take on the ending, and Dutch is one of those characters that you can always analyze if he left them for dead or cared about himself. There's no right or wrong answers about what Dutch was thinking at the ending of chapter 6 and the epilogue. So I'm going to end this episode, and we're going to go to Beecher's Hope, the setting that Red Dead Redemption 2 ends and RDR1 begins. So rest in peace, Arthur. So we are at Beecher's Hope. If you play the storyline, you know how this was built. This used to be a crappy property. Let's just put it that way. And you get to play as John, who put this property on the map to what it is right now. And in my opinion, the epilogue, even though I want to continue to play as Arthur, even though he's dead, in my opinion, the epilogue made up for John getting massacred in the end of Red Dead Redemption 1. Even though you still want to play as Arthur, and this game, this franchise, this series makes me want to play Arthur more than John, because Arthur's character was more well written than John in Red Dead Redemption 1. You can see the change in you don't see a change of identity in Arthur. You can see the change of the idea of what he needs to be loyal to. And one of my favorite quotes in this game is from Arthur, is that he says, "Be loyal to what matters to you the most." And this is what Arthur, from that point on, in chapter 5 and 6, and even John Marston, preached. And this is the ending. This is the plot of what we know today. So I'm trying to find Abigail, Jack, and Uncle, but they're nowhere to be found, unfortunately. And yeah, so here's a gazebo. But at least we have Rufus.
You're a good dog.
Rufus the dog. Wow, he's following me. And yeah, so Arthur was more of a likable character than John. And again, thank you Rockstar Games for making this game awesome as it is right now. And the loose ends of Red Dead Redemption 1 with John's character was tied up in Red Dead Redemption 2. The loose ends were answered in Red Dead Redemption 2. If you like this video, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below what you think about this video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other YouTube content on this channel. And thank you for watching Alex Trin Gaming, and I'll see you on the next video. And also, please watch this next video clip of me shooting up Micah, the most hated character in this game, but well written by Rockstar Games.